Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah McAuliffe. I'm the Senior Events Manager with US Rowing, and welcome to the US Rowing Virtual Fall presented by Concept2 Kickoff. As we're all well aware at this point, COVID has turned our worlds upside down and created a new norm with how we need to handle these present times. In discussion of creating the US Rowing Virtual Fall presented by Concept2, there was a clear desire for all parties of how we can work together to provide opportunities for our rowing competitors across the country while continuing to find community in the sport that we all love so much. Tonight, you'll hear from us at US Rowing in each of the 5 partnering regattas on how the goal of keeping the rowing community together and motivated during this challenging time has come to be. I know you all will be very excited to get started as there is such a wide range of events to attend to all ages, all event categories, and all competition levels amongst the virtual fall. To start off, I'm going to give you guys a brief process on how to participate in the US Rowing Virtual Fall presented by Concept2. The US Rowing Virtual Fall presented by Concept2 is made up of 16 rowing related items that encompass the fall season. The goal is for everyone to participate 12 out of the 16 items on the punch card to complete the full season. And then each of you will be entered in to win a prize pack. Which are getting better and better by the day. So we're going to go ahead and look into the first steps right now. Step 1, simply just fill out our interest form. If you have any interest in this event whatsoever, whether you are not sure if you want to fully commit to an event right now, if you just want to get more information, or if you just want to follow along in the process and see who our award winners are, who our top finishers are, go ahead, go to usrowing.org and put your name into the interest form right there. From there, it is simply just a way for the regattas and US Rowing to gauge interest in each event, and we'll be able to reach out to you with more details per event. The second step, go ahead and start participating in these events. One is kicking off right now. We have some extras that are coming. The 8 additional extras for the punch card, you can participate in at any point in time, so you can go ahead and get started today. The third step is you'll fill out the submission form, which will enter in you to win these prize packs, but we'll get to that in a little bit later. So here is our punch card. You guys have all seen this at this point on social media and our website. As you can see here on this punch card, we have 16 amazing events for you to choose from. 3 are US Rowing owned events, 5 are the partnered regattas that you'll hear from today, and 8 are the other rowing activities that will benefit your rowing knowledge altogether. I'm not going to go into too much detail quite yet. If you guys have questions later on, go ahead and feel free to drop it in that Q&A session right now, and we're going to get to that later on. But I do want to go over a quick overview of the 8 regattas, and then I'll go into more detail with the 8 extras that we're offering. So in order, just order of dates, we're starting off with the US Rowing Virtual Fall Half Marathon presented by Heartline. Then we head to the head of the Ohio. We have the OCU head of the Oklahoma. Then we have the US Rowing's Race Against the Clock Challenge presented by Captain U. Then we head to the head of the Schuylkill Regatta, then the head of the Fish Regatta on Halloween, the 2020 virtual head of the Hooch Regatta, and then we finish off with the Road to Tokyo 2K Challenge. So that's our event list. Those are our 8 events that we'd love for you guys to participate in. From there, we're going to head into the 8 extras that we're calling. So these extras you can really complete almost at any time. I'm going to explain a little bit in detail with them, and then you can always go ahead to usrowing.org and find more links and where to complete these 8 additional tasks. So the first one is compete in a US Rowing registered regatta. Thankfully, all 8 of those regattas that I just mentioned are registered, and so you can just go ahead and tick off one of those punch card marks right there. If you do not compete in one of these events, you could also compete in any other US Rowing registered regatta out there. So you can go ahead and complete that punch pretty quickly. The next item right there is a Prebiotics Probiotics Sport and Health webinar presented by our sponsor Gutsy. To complete this punch, you'll go ahead, you'll log into your membership portal on usrowing.org, and you're going to see this title right there. It'll be hosted by Liz Fusco, who is a nutritionist who has great experience working with the US Rowing national team. And she is going to go over prebiotics and probiotics, which should be a very interesting topic. One thing I will suggest, it is limited to 500 people and it is already filling up quite fast. So if you want to be part of that, if you want to take off that punch right there, go ahead and register. You can register now, you can register after this webinar, and we'd love to have you guys. The next item is to become a Basic Plus or Championship US Rowing member. You will get your member number out of that. Being a Basic Plus member means that you are either a Basic plus a regatta package or a Basic plus a coaches package, or if you're a referee, which I know there are some referees on this call, a Basic plus referee package. So if you add on one of those packages, you are compliant and ready to go, and you can also punch off that item right off the bat. The next item, kind of fun, you can go ahead and take a picture with this punch card right here. Go ahead and post it on any social media account. Go ahead and post it on your Twitter feed, on your Snapchat, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, whatever it may be. Go ahead and take a picture of you holding this card and hashtag USRowing Virtual Fall. You can then go ahead and click off that punch card item right there too. The next item on the list is Read or Watch A Most Beautiful Thing. A Most Beautiful Thing, as we all know, chronicles the first African-American high school rowing team in the nation, written by Arshay Cooper. We both highly recommend reading the book and watching the documentary. However, if you just want to do one of those, that will allow you to punch off this item as well. The next item is a webinar session. It is yoga, Vinyasa Yoga with Alicia, presented by US Rowing. Alicia has great experience. She is, prior to her yoga accomplishments, she was a Stanford athlete, and now she has been working with the US Rowing Junior National Team in their camp this past summer. So go ahead, join, same thing with Liz Fusco's webinar, go ahead and register through that member portal, and then you will be able to punch off that item right there. The next item is complete your safe sport training. Super important. We want all coaches, parents, athletes, referees, everybody involved needs to get their safe sport training done, just to be sure that we are as safe as possible out there. You can go to our website, usrowing.org. One of the very first links at the top of the page is going to bring you to that training. You just go ahead and type your member number in right there, and you will be ready to take off and complete your safe sport training. So then you can also allow yourself to create that punch. The last item is view any US Rowing recorded or live webinar. So no, this one does not count. I apologize. I appreciate you guys all being on this, but any other webinar out there, we have 98 webinars that were recorded this past spring, thanks to Chris Chase and many, many wonderful speakers. So go ahead, log into your membership portal, or just visit the website and you'll be able to access everything and anything. There is so much covered that we would love for you guys to view. And then when you just submit your form, you'll just write down exactly which webinar you attended. So that was the basis on what we have to offer in this card. Again, we're going to go into more detail with the specific regattas. If you have any questions on those extras, again, drop it into that Q&A, or you can send me an email later on and we will definitely get to it. So to go back to step 3, how do I submit, once I complete these 12 out of 16, or for the overachievers, how do I submit these 16 out of 16 items? What you'll do, US Rowing, in the next few weeks, we're going to put out another Google form, just like the interest form, and it's just the US Rowing Virtual Fall submission form. So once you complete 12 out of the 16 items, that's the most important part. Once you come to the very end of all the items that you want to accomplish, either 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, go ahead, you'll click on that form. You will fill in your information. We ask for your name, your email, your address in case you win one of the prizes, and then we ask you to click which items you did complete. And some of them, there's going to be a question such as which webinar did you watch? And other items, we might have to verify it just to ensure that you did compete in certain regattas. But other than that, we will go ahead. Once you hit 12, you will be entered in to win the prize packs. And then at the very end of everything, after November 16th, when all events are done, we'll go ahead and start to draw names for those prize packs right there. I mentioned that a few times. Some of our exciting prize packs right now are a bike erg from Concept2. Concept2 has been our presenting sponsor for the US Rowing Virtual Fall, so big thank you to Concept2 for helping us out this fall. We also have a USRowing lifetime membership. Huge benefits to be a USRowing lifetime member, and you will absolutely be able to check off that punch for becoming a USRowing member there. We also have a huge USRowing gear package going out, and we have many more items that we're going to slowly unveil as we go through the virtual fall season. Each Monday, you'll receive a newsletter that will include what's in that week, what's coming up that week, who won this past week, who had a notable performance the week before. So again, you want to be sure that you get on that interest form list so that we ensure that you guys can get all the information and see what prizes that you can take advantage of. So to follow that all up, I would like to thank our sponsors one more time. Thank you to Concept2 for being that presenting sponsor for us. Thank you to Captain U for being an event sponsor, Heartline and Gutsy for sponsoring our nutrition webinar. Without these and many more that are coming, we would not be able to put on such a fun, all-encompassing event for you guys. So that being said, that is the process, right? So hopefully that cleared up some questions that you all have. I see a few questions coming in, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. But now I'm going to go ahead and kick it off with what is our first event. Our first event is the USRowing Virtual Fall Half Marathon presented by Heartline. Some of you guys have already started participating or have already completed this event, so very exciting to have you on here tonight too. So the USRowing Virtual Fall Half Marathon presented by Heartline is a half marathon through the San Francisco Bay on the Resport map platform. So to clarify, we are not actually rowing this year on the San Francisco Bay, but we are rowing on the Resport map platform. You are rowing or erging on your body of water, on your own erg at home, and then you will be able to record your time, post it in the Resport map platform, and then watch how you compete against other competitors out there. So participants will complete the half marathon between September 14th and September 20th. So September 20th is this coming Sunday. So if you haven't already, go ahead and register, go ahead and get that half marathon done. And you can do that either by single scull or by erg. There are no, we're not limiting to what style erg you have or anything like that. Feel free, hop on the erg, complete the half marathon, and we'd love to have you out there. Once you record your time on the Resport map platform, you'll be able to press play and you'll actually be able to watch your race go off against the other competitors that have also completed that challenge. So you can go ahead and actually log in now and see some people that have done so. And then on the 20th, you'll be able to see many people that have competed and also set your fields to see where you stack up against some bigger audiences. For this challenge, you can either complete it in one sitting, so you can go ahead and go the full half marathon, or you can just do multiple sessions and then record one final time. So either is totally fine, whatever works best for you. All competitors do receive a medal, a pretty cool medal with this here logo on it with the $20 entry fee, and you do have the ability to add on event-specific t-shirts. So the t-shirts are loaded into that platform right there, so you can go check them out, both men's and women's sizes, and you can add on that for yourself now to remember this very unique year. This is the final reminder that all entries will close this Sunday at 11:59 Eastern time. Be sure it's Eastern time, and we highly encourage you guys to register. Thank you so far. This has been so exciting to talk to you guys, and now I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Matt Logue with the head of the Ohio.
Great, thanks, Sarah. Good evening, everybody. Again, my name is Matt Logue. I'm the Executive Director at Three Rivers Rowing Association. Three Rivers is proud to host the 34th Annual Head of the Ohio presented by UPMC. HODO 2020 will take place between October 1st and 4th and will be a virtual hybrid regatta featuring on-water events, erg events, running events, biking events, and a rowathon fundraising event. Our goal is to provide safe and inclusive and engaging experiences that will inspire healthy and spirited competition across a variety of disciplines. So for the on-water and erg events, we'll be running a full slate of traditional regatta style events. We will be offering singles, pairs, doubles, fours, and eights events for the on-water component. The erg events will be all individual events. I want to make a point to say that we recognize that not everybody may be able to compete in the team boat events due to pandemic guidelines and protocols in your local area, which is one of the reasons we're trying to provide so many types of events to ensure that everyone will have the opportunity to compete if they would like. The pandemic restrictions and guidelines that are in place in your local area supersede any of our HODO event entry criteria. We want to make sure everybody is safely participating in all of the events across the board. Our running and biking events are also open to anybody. We do have, I want to mention this with the water and ergs, we have para events as well. And we also have para categories for both the run and bike. So if anybody has a hand cycle or anything like that, we're trying to be as inclusive as possible. And these events are open to all individuals. A little bit shorter distance, 4.2 miles for these events, but we will be providing medals for the top 3 finishers in all competition categories. Our Rowathon is our attempt to try to help programs and organizations rally around the head of the Ohio to potentially raise funds to help support their respective programs and organizations. We realize that COVID has impacted all of us, and if there's we hope that this will be an opportunity for people to participate and raise money directly to benefit their teams. On our Regatta website, we will have a dedicated page where if programs want to participate and send us their GoFundMe link that they're using for this event, we'll create a leaderboard. We'll give social media shout outs and really try to rally the local teams and networks to help support each other during this truly unique year. We hope that you can join us. We do have a couple links. Our website is up there. Registration is scheduled to open on Thursday. We're finalizing that platform right now and excited to get that out to everybody, and hope to see everybody virtually sometime between October 1st and 4th.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. Up next, we have Head of the Oklahoma with Mike Knopp.
All right, let me get my screen up here. All right, well, hello everyone. My name is Mike Knopp. I'm the Executive Director of the River Sport Foundation here in Oklahoma City. This is gonna be the 16th year of the Head of the Oklahoma, and this year it's gonna be all virtual. So we really invite everyone to join us. If you haven't been able to come and attend the event in person, this will be a great time to participate. And we are gonna take this in a little bit of a different direction this year in terms of just in terms of introducing virtual racing with VR and actual three-dimensional rendition of the Oklahoma River. So it's going to be a very unique way to do our virtual racing with our partner with Here Now. So all you need is an erg, Concept2, or an RP3, and an iPhone or an Android, and you will be able to row on the virtual Oklahoma River. So our course is 4,000 meters long, and this will be, again, fully rendered and modeled that you will see on your screen. And so participants will be able to participate in our night racing, which is something that has been kind of a signature part of our event, the OG&E night racing. Typically, that's only a 500-meter race. Well, since it's virtual, we can go ahead and make the whole head race under the lights. So we're going to do that this year. It ought to be fun. And we have 42 different events: open, juniors and youth, masters, and adaptive. And again, with our partner with Here Now, they're introducing this new technology that's going to make this racing really a really interactive racing experience where your coxswain will actually be participating and steering the course. And so you will race in if it's an 8 that your athletes enter, or you're in the 8, you don't have to be in the same place. You can be in different locations, and then you will appear in the boat together. You will be looking just as you would be in the boat in real life. You'll be sitting in the boat. The coxswain will be looking at you. The coxswain will use his or her screen to steer the Oklahoma River course. So it's going to be pretty interesting. These are some images of just conceptual images of what this will look like. This isn't actually the Oklahoma River that we're showing, but we're currently modeling the entire course with our Boathouse District. In fact, it is our 10-year anniversary of our High Performance Center at the Devon Boathouse. So we were going to be celebrating that with the head of the Oklahoma this year, but we're going to do that again virtually, and that will be rendered on screen. Again, you'll use your Concept2 or RP3 ergs. You'll hook up with your iOS or Android device, and then again, racing as singles, doubles, fours, and eights. Spectators, which will be really cool, will be able to watch the race from the shore or via a drone while this is going on. And then there will actually be practice areas. So when you're just as in a real regatta, you'll be able to warm up, get a feel for how it's working on our virtual Oklahoma River course. So registration is opening right now. It's open today. It'll be open through September 29th, with the regatta occurring on October the 3rd. And we hope you're ready to race. It ought to be really a really fun event, a chance for everybody to participate in the Head of the Oklahoma, maybe get excited about coming in person next year. Thought I'd show you a quick little video if this works. This is our night racing under the lights that we did a couple years ago. Robbie Manson, so you have a chance to do this virtually. So our website's riversportokc.org. You can register at Here Now, and we hope you join us. It should be a lot of fun.
Very cool. Awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
So the next one, it is a US Rowing owned event. So it is the US Rowing Race Against the Clock Challenge presented by our sponsor, Captain U. More information is coming about this in the next week or so. So I'm not going to give you all the details quite yet. So you'll have to come back for more on that end. But we will have this challenge. It'll be a Concept2 erg based event. We'll be announcing, like I said, the full details soon, but the event will take place in mid-October, and we'll have different age categories from U15 up to all the way up to Masters. We will be using the Regatta Central platform with a self-reporting system for the first half of the event, first half of the challenge, and then the top 10 competitors from that first half will then move on to a live streaming 5-minute challenge that will take place on the October 10th and 11th weekend. Like I said, we look forward to having you guys to join us. Please stay tuned for more details on that in the newsletter next week. And we're also looking forward to having your family and friends come and spectate via YouTube Live. So we're going to get them involved. So that's a quick intro on that. And then I'm going to quickly pass it over to Jen with the head of the Schuylkill.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sarah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jen Wesson. I'm the executive director with the head of the Schuylkill Regatta. And we hope that you will join us in celebrating our 50th anniversary by connecting and competing with athletes across the country and around the world. Generally, we're going to submit your time from the erg or water for a number of meters. Somewhere between 4,100 and 4,300 meters. We'll disclose that right before the race week begins. Or you can compete live on your Concept2 erg on October 24th. You may race individually or gather your teammates, alum, and family members for some of HOSR's most beloved events. Live awards and a concert will conclude a week of virtual programming as we try to bring the Schuylkill to you. So just to break it down a little bit further, yeah, I should have showed that. Shouldn't show a course. All right. So the first set of events that we have will be the participatory erg. And I laughed a few times this week because with school starting, we are starting to hear the words asynchronous and synchronous quite often. So it actually works perfectly for what we're doing here. So the participatory erg, the asynchronous, will be open from October 18th through the 23rd. So at any point during that week, you could erg from your favorite place on any type of rowing machine that counts distance, and then submit your time on the platform. Individual and team events will be offered. And then we also have the participatory water events. And again, same amount of meters to be disclosed from your favorite body of water anytime during the week. Competitors are encouraged to use the NK Speed Coach GPS system or any device that can export a fit file and record their meters and submit during the week as well. And as Matt noted earlier, we're really urging everyone to follow your local protocols and stay safe. And then lastly, we have the live erg. So that's where our synchronous comes in. This is where you go head to head with rowers live. So you will connect your Concept2 row erg using your phone to race live on October 24th against rowers from around the country and the world. And then more information on how to connect your machine and your phone will be posted to the website in late September. So just a few of the details. The event list will be up shortly, but it will include masters, and I've already received some emails about lightweights. Yes, we'll keep all the lightweight categories, college, juniors, para rowing, the alumni and parent-child, and mixed events will also be represented. And we have added for the participatory erg a coxswain as well as a paddle erg event. We have some paddlers that we know that are really looking forward to getting into regatta territory. It's just a unique opportunity this year, so I think you know, it's an opportunity for all of us to kind of go places we haven't gone before. Individual and team events will be available in both the participatory and the live racing. Registration will open late September. It looks like September 25th. Entry fees will vary by race type and event, but $10 to $20 for a single. And all proceeds are going to benefit Philadelphia City Rowing, as well as our Love Where You Row initiatives. So we hope you will join us. We are going to have a week of virtual programming kicking off on that Sunday evening with the national anthem, and we'll conduct some webinars during the week, as well as end with some live awards and a concert. And throughout the time, we encourage you to submit your photos of your participation or training. We have some hashtags there. Our website will have the information you need and the links to the platforms and registration. So we hope to see you there. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. That sounds amazing. From here, we're going to go to Eric Catalano with the Head of the Fish.
Hi there. My name is Eric Catalano. I'm the Executive Director of Saratoga Rowing, and I'll share my screen as well. We can jump right into the virtual Head of the Fish for 2020. So we are excited that it just so happened that the Head of the Fish falls on Halloween this year. And similar to the other events, we will have a ergometer and an on-water part of the regatta. For our ergometer events, we will be doing it slightly differently in that our race is 3,200 meters. And depending on the size boat that you're in, if you are racing in the high school girls 8, which my crew is, because we'll be doing that on the erg because we're not rowing 8s or any stern cox boats in Saratoga. But if you're rowing in the 8, that 3,200 will be divided into 8 400-meter pieces, and each athlete will do 400 meters. So the single gets to do all 3,200 on their own. All the other events are split amongst the size of the crew. Hope I kind of jumped into this is our first page. One of the things that is most unique about our race are the fish head trophies. So we'll kind of play on that a little bit more, but We're also, because it is on Halloween, we are encouraging costumes and creating a costume contest and awards for the best costumes. And then for the on the water section, that is to be done on your own home water and just recording with a GPS. Any type of GPS is fine. It's 3,200 meters, and we're sponsored by Coxmate and the Coxmate GPS, but we will accept any GPS scores. But I just did want to point out that there are a few events which will not only win a fish head, but also a Coxmate GPS. One of our other sponsors, you can see him on the bottom of our logo here. One of our other sponsors, Regatta Dogs, will also be hosting a dog costume contest as part of the event as well. So we're encouraging not only the athletes but the dogs to participate. If you've never been to the Head of the Fish Regatta, this is kind of an example of what we're known for. is these very unique trophies, which are painstakingly made, and we have plenty of them to award to our full slate of events, both erg events and on water events. We'll be running masters, lightweights, juniors, open, para, and all the events we normally would run, and a few additional ones at the Head of the Fish. And we don't, these pictures are old, so they're not masked. We do encourage pictures to come in, whether they be pictures of the crew dressed similarly, or of the crew dressed for the occasion. This is last time the regatta was held at Halloween. This is a lot of what we get at the regatta. So we're trying to encourage that same atmosphere of a fun participatory event in which we get to submit our pictures of our times or our scores on our erg and compete against people from around the country and hopefully around the world.
Awesome. Those awards are incredible. Unmatched for sure. Next, we're going to go ahead to the Head of the Hooch with Mike Connors.
All right. Hi, everybody. Let me see if I can get my screen shared here. All right. So again, I'm Mike Connors. I'll be the regatta director for the Head of the Hooch. And similar to what Mike explained, I think, there we go. Our event is definitely one of the last events of the year. We're currently looking at Saturday, November 7th. Will be our main event. We are partnering with Here Now, as the Head of the Oklahoma is as well. Being that this is new and not knowing how many entries we can expect, like I say, the main thing will be on Saturday, November 7th. If entries warrant it, we will move into a 2-day event and move some of those events over to Sunday, November 8th. You can see our website up there, headofthehooch.org. Again, we're using the same platform, the Here Now platform. So we will have a 3D rendering of the Head of the Hooch course on the Tennessee River in Chattanooga. So something different, something I hope everybody will be able to enjoy. Our events, being that this is just kind of getting kicked off for us, we'll have a list of events published on our website by the end of this month, but we anticipate having 8s, 4s, 2-person boats. I guess we're not really having pairs and doubles per se, and then singles as well. And we'll be in all open collegiate, youth masters, and para events as well. Start times will also be kind of laid out in the order of events. It'll depend on how many entries we have in each event. So that'll be kind of finalized during that last week leading up to the event. Our registration, we opened about October 5th. It'll run it through the 25th. Our fees right now, we're looking at $20 a seat. And then a portion of our proceeds will go to the Tennessee River Gorge Trust, which is a conservation nonprofit organization that protects all the land along the Tennessee River in the Chattanooga area. So it will be a 5K event. That's our normal race distance for the on the water event. So we're hoping everybody won't be too burnt out on virtual events by the end of the season, and that you'll be joining us to hopefully round out that punch card at the end of the year, and look forward to having everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. So to finish off the USRowing Virtual Fall presented by Concept2, we are rounding it out with the Road to Tokyo 2K Challenge. We're very excited to host this event and to support the US national team to finish out the fall season. Rowers will be able to complete their 2K on either an erg or in a single scull, and then will enter their times on the Resport map platform as well. This race will be run virtually again over the Nathan Benderson Park course in Sarasota, which will be the site for next year's first US Olympic team trials. So very exciting way to kick off the spring season with a little bit different distance, but will be really exciting to use that Road to Tokyo logo. Speaking of that logo, this is the first time that anybody has had this logo for the Olympics on any sort of gear. So you will have the opportunity with your $25 entry fee for the 2K challenge to get a really exciting medal with that. It comes with the $25 entry fee. And then you'll have the opportunity to add on a t-shirt as well if you want to take advantage of this logo, the first come or first seen logo right now. Registration is open now, so you can go ahead and get situated. If you want to just lock your spot in, it is endless, but you're welcome to register at this point right now. But all the 2,000 meter pieces will be completed or started and finished between November 14th and 15th. So again, you can register if you wanted to get out of your mind, but then November 14th and 15th, 8 a.m. Eastern time on November 14th to 11:59 Eastern time on November 15th, you will have to complete that 2K challenge. Again, it's on the Resport map platform. So as you register, you'll be able to pick your fields. You can limit it in all sorts of categories, age, gender. If you're rowing on an erg, a single scull, the options are endless on there. So you can see really where you stack up against your region, against your age category, or whatever it may be. So go ahead and get registered for that. And that concludes our presentation on each of the regattas. So I want to thank our 5 participating regattas here. Clearly there's something for everyone out there, a little bit of costume, a little bit of sprint racing, a little bit of head race, a little bit of everything out there. So it should be an exciting fall season. I do see some questions coming in. So I am going to start this Q&A process. Let me stop sharing right now so I can get a better look of things, and we will get this going. All right, so my first question, can multiple people participate under one account for the yoga and probiotics webinar? Absolutely. So if you guys want to socially distance outdoors with masks with more than 1 people, or participate with your household, yes, go ahead and do that all together out there. And each one of you can go ahead and check off that from your punch card. So absolutely go ahead and do that. Another question that I have on there, I'm going to get through the easy ones, which sounds like they're for me, and then I'll ask our participating regattas their specific questions. How many of the virtual, actually this one is for everyone. How many of the virtual regattas can be entered using any erg, or are most limited to Concept2? I'll go ahead and speak for the US rowing end of it. For both the Resport map platforms, so for the half marathon challenge and for the Road to Tokyo 2K, you are welcome to use any. So it is not specific to Concept2. However, our middle challenge, our race against the clock challenge, is limited to Concept2. I will, do any of the participating regattas want to comment on that? If there is an erg portion, if it is Concept2 based, or what limitations you may have?
For the head of the Oklahoma, it is limited to Concept2 or RP3 for the system that we're using.
Great.
With Here Now, yeah.
The head of the Schuylkill live, will be limited to Concept2 and RP3, but the participatory you can do on any type of rowing machine that can count meters.
Out of the Ohio, you can use any type of machine that counts meters as well.
And for the head of the Hooch, it'll be Concept2 and the RP3s as well. We're working through that now with Here Now.
And the head of the fish is any type.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Where can I find the punch card? Go ahead and go on to USRowing.org. One of the top scrolling items right now is the virtual fall. So go ahead, just click on that. You'll see the whole web page on there, and one of the first links is the punch card itself. The follow-up question to that is, where's the interest form? Same spot. Go ahead to the website. You'll be able to see the full web page, and then the link to the interest form is right there. And that truly is the best way to make sure that you're getting all of the information. So I encourage you all to do that. I had a question about where we get access to the Resport map platform. Same place too. So go to that event page for any and all details. The Resport map platform will be right there. There's a link to it, and that is where you register as well. Eric, I had a question for you for the head of the fish. When submissions must be made for the head of the fish, and what is the website that you use?
Sure. We are going to accept submissions for both the erg and the on the water throughout the Halloween weekend. So beginning Friday morning before Halloween, and then ending Saturday afternoon. Just recognizing that people may be in different time zones. We want to expand that a little bit. And then the website will be SaratogaRowing.com. And it's not headofthefish.com. So SaratogaRowing.com, and we will be using the Streamline Rowing as the registration software, and there'll be a link to that on SaratogaRowing.com as well. And I think one of the easiest ways to stay on top of all announcements is keep an eye on the website, but also follow Saratoga Rowing on Instagram, and there'll be regular updates there as well.
Thank you. Yes, it sounds like everybody has a social media presence, and everybody, it sounds like hashtags are going to be a common thing. So definitely take advantage, post all your pictures. I know us at US Rowing will reshare as many as possible, so please do that. Matt, I had a question for you for the head of the Ohio. Could you talk to what masters categories that you guys are working with right now?
Yeah, I saw that question as well. And the categories that are currently listed on our website are placeholders designed to indicate the whole spread of events that we'll be offering. We will be handicapping all masters events by the specific age category, and that'll be more clear when the registration system opens this Thursday. So everything will be as fair as possible across the virtual categories.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna head over to the Hooch. We have a question for you, Mike. Are you offering any awards? And if so, what do those look like?
Yeah, so our intent is we will have gold medals for the winners of each category, and we're also looking at the possibility of doing some raffles as well with all the participants. So
Awesome. Does anybody else regatta-wise want to comment on awards? I know Eric addressed his quite well, but if there's anything else out there.
Yeah, head of the Oklahoma will be offering medals for first, second, and third place. So
Great, thank you.
Yes, head of the school will also be offering gold, silver, and bronze medals.
You will not have a shortage of medals during the virtual fall. If you participate, there will be no shortage by any means. Hi, is there going to be a replay of this? Good, so you guys, some people that hop in late want to know if there's a replay. We are going to be recording this, so if you need to show this to anyone else, yes, it'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. But thank you for asking that. I had another question. Are the webinars open to basic memberships? Good question. The answer is yes and no. So depending on the webinar, They are open to either basic memberships or posted on our website for anyone to access. And then some are just basic plus or championship members. So there's a little bit of everything out there, kind of depending on what you're looking for. However, anyone can go on our website right now to the webinars tab underneath education. And you can find, I would say, about 20 webinars that are phenomenal content. Everyone should go ahead and listen to that in the rowing world right now. But that can easily be a punch on your punch card. I had a question here. The Schuylkill 50th anniversary. How are we celebrating this? This is a big one.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing. Yes. No, we're kind of throwing ourselves a big dinner party. You know, everybody says parties now. You know, it's going to be, we're going to have a week-long virtual programming to complement the racing, which will include talkbacks and concerts. We'll highlight our past trophy winners, showcase some of the social media posts and pictures, and show off our program book, which always is really great content, and our local cover art winner as well. And we will kick off our 50 years, 50 legends, which will be highlighting competitors and crews. It could be competitors, crews, coaches over the last 50 years. And so we're going to kind of tease this list during race week and then present one each week thereafter, with bios leading up to the 2021 regatta. So the party doesn't end and we can roll into maybe a wonderful 2021. And I did not mention that we are the first 150 entries will also receive a 50th anniversary Head of the Schuylkill regatta poster. And then lastly, we're celebrating by kind of expanding our diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative. We will be doing a screening of A Most Beautiful Thing and panel with Arshay Cooper, but also you know, kind of furthering the great work being done to provide access to middle and high school rowers, recognizing that there's a gap there that needs to be filled after the high school level. We're expanding our initiative to include coaching scholarships and hoping to endorse club memberships in Philadelphia. So all the proceeds from this race are going towards that.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Lots of things happening. I think I had two more questions and they seem pretty simple. I had one question: is the Road to Tokyo Challenge half marathon or a 2K? It is a 2K. The Tokyo Challenge is a 2K. And the challenge that's happening right now, the USRowing Virtual Fall half marathon, is the half marathon challenge. The other question, the last one. So if there's anything else out there that you want to be included, please type it in the chat now before we sum everything up. But the other question is, are there team opportunities or should all rowers enter as individuals? And I believe that came in when I was speaking in regards to the half marathon. And for all the US Rowing owned events, they will be entered as individuals. So there is a category where you guys can go ahead and state the team that you are representing, which we encourage you to do so. You by no means have to do that. But if you want that on your leaderboard, please go ahead and do that. We'd love to see what teams from around the country and around the world. We have people competing from everywhere at this point, which has been really exciting. So yes, it is individually entered, and then you can identify with the team. One last question for everyone that came in: what para categories are being offered? We will, in regards to US Rowing, for the middle event, our Race Against the Clock Challenge, we have a full list of para categories, along with the Road to Tokyo Challenge. We will have a field where you can choose if you want to select a para category as well in there. Do any other regattas want to comment on that? If para in what events, if you guys, I know there's a lot of event lists still being in the works, which is totally fine. And that just may be the answer, but any other comments?
Head of the Ohio will have PR1, PR2, and PR3 events.
Head of the Oklahoma, same thing, PR1, PR2, PR3 for men and women. So, yeah.
That's the same for the head of the Schuylkill Regatta as well.
I'm the head of the fish.
Head of Hooch, we're still working through our list. That should be out shortly.
Great. Well, that is the last question that I had here. Again, I want to sum up two things. Go ahead, fill out that interest form. You'll most likely get an email from us in the very near future. Also, tomorrow, our big US Rowing newsletter goes out, so everybody will see a little highlight on the virtual fall in there as well, and you can access all the links that we've been discussing via that newsletter. So that being said, thank you so much to all the regattas here. Thank you, all 5 of you, for participating. I hope all the spectators have enjoyed this, and we hope to see you this fall.